probably heard about no tax on overtime, right? It was signed into law. It was a done deal, right? Well, it got me around $1,200 extra this year, and that's pretty good. And all tradespeople across America were about to keep thousands more of their hardest earned dollars.
That's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
And then 4 states said no. California, New York, Illinois, and Colorado. They looked at blue-collar workers pulling 50 and 60-hour weeks and said, "We're still getting our cut, bro."
That's true.
While a plumber in Texas keeps every dollar of his overtime tax-free, a plumber in California is still paying state income tax on every single hour past 40. It's the same trade, same work, just a different state and a different paycheck. This video breaks down exactly which states denied the no tax on return benefit, how much it's costing you per paycheck, and what your options are, including the states where your overtime dollar goes the furthest in 2026. We're talking real numbers, dollar for dollar comparisons, a full map of winners and losers, and the math on what a tradesman loses over 5, 10, and 20 years by staying in the wrong state. The numbers will make you angry. Before I get into the straight up robbery, make sure and grab your free 2026 Blue Collar Resource Guide. The link is in the description, and it's got links to getting into union jobs, free training programs, startup grants, and much, much more. I've covered all 50 states in the manual. It's completely free, my gift to you. So hit the link below and grab your free copy. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and the notification bell. That also is free to you, and it helps me continue to bring fresh content to you several times a week. I appreciate you guys. Now let's get into it. Now, I've spent over 30 years of blue collar work, union carpenter, project manager, and UAW inspector, and I've lived the overtime grind. I know what those extra hours cost your body, your time, and your family. And the idea that some states are still taxing those hours while others aren't, that's something every tradesperson needs to understand. And it just makes me And wait until you see the 10-year comparison between a tradesman in California and a tradesman in Florida. It's the same hourly rate, same overtime, completely different net worth. So stay tuned for that. But before I show you the damage, let me explain what actually happened. So on July 4th of 2025, you've probably heard that Congress signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into law. Inside that bill was a provision called no tax on overtime, and it allows W-2 workers to deduct their overtime pay from their federal taxable income. The overtime premium, the extra half of time and a half, can be written off. Maximum deduction is $12,500 per year, $25,000 if you file jointly. It phases out at $150,000 in modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI they call it, or $300,000 for joint filers. It applies to your tax years 2025 through 2028. What does that mean in real terms, you might ask? If you're a tradesman making $40 an hour and you work 10 hours of overtime per week, your overtime premium is about $20 an hour times 10 hours times 50 weeks. That's roughly $10,000 a year in deductible overtime. At a 22% federal tax bracket, that's about $2,200 back in your pocket just from the federal deduction alone. That's real money. For blue-collar workers pulling regular overtime, this is one of the biggest tax breaks in decades. The federal government said, "You work the hardest hours, you deserve to keep more of that money." And then 4 states turned around and said, "Not here, you don't." The thing that trips me out, guys, is the federal law saves you money on your federal return, but your state can still tax every dollar of that overtime. And 4 states just made sure they can do it. So let's put them on blast. State number 1, California, the state with the highest combined income tax rate in the entire damn country. California's rates go from 1% all the way up to 13.3%. A tradesman making $75,000 to $90,000 is sitting in the 9.3% bracket. California refused to conform to the federal overtime deduction. That means every dollar of your overtime is still fully taxed at the state level. If you're working 10 hours of overtime a week at $40 an hour, your overtime premium generates roughly $10,000 a year. At 9.3%, California is taking about $930 a year in state taxes on your overtime alone. If you work more, they just take more. Meanwhile, a tradesman doing the exact same work in Texas, 0 state income tax, I mean 0, he keeps the federal deduction and pays nothing to the state. It's the same job, same hours, different zip code. Almost $1,000 a year difference just on overtime state taxes. State number 2, New York. 9 tax brackets ranging from 4% to 10.9%. A tradesman in the $60,000 to $80,000 range is paying around 6 to 6.85% in state income tax. But if you live in New York City, add another 3 to 3.9% on top of that. That's a combined state and city rate of nearly 10% or higher. New York rejected the federal overtime deduction at the state level. Your overtime is fully taxable. On $10,000 in annual overtime premium, a tradesman in New York City is losing roughly $1,000 in state and city taxes every year. On hours, they already sacrificed nights and weekends to work. New York ranks dead last, 50th out of 50 on the Tax Foundation State Tax Competitiveness Index. The state collects $12,506 per person in state and local taxes. And they just chose to keep taxing the overtime hours that blue-collar workers are grinding for. But here's the part that tripped me out. New York's governor, Hochul, I think her name is, publicly said she supports no tax on tips. But overtime, apparently that's different. The waitress gets the relief, the iron worker doesn't. Let that sink in for a minute. State number 3, Illinois. Flat tax rate of 4.95%. Every dollar taxed at the same rate regardless of your income. Illinois refused to conform to the federal overtime deduction. On $10,000 in overtime premium, that's $495 a year going straight to Springfield. Not a huge number compared to California, but it adds up. In over 10 years, that's nearly $5,000 in state taxes on your overtime alone. State number 4, Colorado. And this one has a twist. Colorado has a flat tax rate of 4.4%. The state was actually linked to the federal overtime deduction by default, meaning Colorado tradespeople were going to get the benefit automatically. Then, the state legislature held a special session and actively decoupled from overtime deduction through the House Bill 2025-96. Then, the state legislature held a special session and actively decoupled from the overtime deduction through House Bill 25-12-96. They went out of their way to remove the benefit. The state said it saved $190 million by blocking the overtime tax break. $190 that would have stayed in workers' pockets. And here's what makes it worse. Colorado kept the tips deduction. So a bartender in Denver gets the tax relief on tips, but the electrician pulling overtime on a data center build in Colorado Springs, he doesn't. They chose who deserves a break, and the blue-collar workers weren't on the list. Let me say that again. Colorado is automatically going to give workers the overtime tax break. They called a special session specifically to take it away through a House bill. Can you believe that? That's not a passive decision. That's an active choice to tax your hardest hours. Interestingly enough, there's already initiative number 1919 on the 2026 ballot to repeal this add-back requirement. The game-changing reality that shifts everything, these 4 states have some of the highest costs of living in the country, and they just made it more expensive to work overtime in them. While states like Texas, Florida, and Tennessee are attracting blue-collar workers with 0 state income tax, the map is speaking. So let's look at who's winning. So let's flip the map for a minute. The first tier, 0 state income tax states. These are the jackpot. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Nevada, Wyoming, South Dakota, Alaska, Washington, New Hampshire doesn't tax earned income. In these states, you get the full federal overtime deduction and you pay 0 state income tax on any of your earnings. Your overtime isn't just federally protected, it's completely untouched by the state level. A plumber in Florida making $40 an hour with 10 hours of overtime per week, he keeps everything. No federal tax on the overtime premium. No state tax, period. That's the cleanest overtime dollar in America. Now, second tier, states that kept the federal overtime deduction, Idaho, Iowa, Michigan, Montana, North Dakota, Oregon, South Carolina. These states will honor the federal overtime deduction on your state return too. Michigan is the only state that actively chose to connect. It's not as clean as 0 income tax, but it's much better than California or New York, that's for sure. And here's what I stumbled on, guys. The states blocking the overtime tax breaks are the same states losing population to no income tax states. I wonder why. People are already voting with their feet, and when the tradespeople realize how much they're losing, the migration is going to accelerate. You just wait and see. And this is exactly why understanding where you work matters just as much as what you do. The The same trade, the same skills, the same overtime, but a different state can mean thousands more in your pocket every single year. And if you're looking to break into a high-paying career and you want to do it smart, without the degree, without debt, and in a state where your money actually stays yours, Course Careers can help you map the path. The link's down in the description, guys. Go check out your free intro course, because making good money is only half the game. Keeping it, it's the other half. Now, let's run the real math, because the 10-year and 20-year numbers are where this gets serious. Let's do the math. 2 electricians, right? Same union, same hourly rate. $45 an hour, let's say. Both work 10 hours of overtime every week, 50 weeks a year. That's $22,500 in overtime premium per year. Electrician A, he lives in California. State tax rate on that income, 9.3%. State tax on overtime premium, roughly $2,093 per year. Plus, he lives in a state with high cost of living, high gas prices, high property taxes. Okay, electrician B, he lives in Texas, say. State tax rate, 0. State tax on overtime premium, 0. Same skills, same hours, same sacrifice. Year one difference, $2,093. Over 5 years, $10,465. In over 10 years, $20,900. Over 20 years, $41,860. And that's just the state tax on overtime. We're not counting the lower cost of living, lower property taxes, and lower gas prices in Texas. The total financial gap between these two electricians over a 20-year career could easily exceed $100,000. Same trade, same work ethic, different state, and a 6-figure difference over time. I'm not telling anyone to pack up and move tomorrow, but I'm telling you to run the math for your specific situation. Because when you see what you're losing over a career, the conversation changes. The learn the hard way insight that changes careers, it's not just about what you earn per hour, it's about what you keep per hour. And your zip code is one of the biggest factors in that equation today. Alright, so what do you actually do with this information? Option 1, you can relocate strategically. If you're already thinking about a move, make state income tax part of that equation. The trade shortage means you can get hired in almost any state right now. 530,000 skilled trade jobs are unfilled. Electrician positions are projected to grow 9.5% through 2034. And HVAC is growing 8.1%. The demand is everywhere, but the tax treatment is not. Texas, Florida, Tennessee, and Nevada are all high demand states for tradespeople with 0 state income tax. You're not just chasing lower taxes, you're going where the work is, and you're keeping more of what you earn. Option number 2 you might check out. If you're staying, maximize the federal deduction. Make sure your employer is properly reporting your overtime on your W-2 starting in 2026. For the 2025 tax year, filing in 2026, you'll likely need to calculate it yourself using the IRS Schedule 1A instructions. Since employers, they're not required to separate overtime reporting until 2026 next year. Document every overtime hour and make sure you're capturing the full deduction up to $12,500. The federal break still saves you money even if your state doesn't conform. Option 3, structure your career for maximum leverage. Specialize, get certifications, build the kind of skill set that lets you negotiate your base rate higher so you're less dependent on overtime for income. The guys making $50 to $65 an hour as specialists aren't grinding 10 hours of overtime every week. They're earning more in 40 hours than generalists earn in 50. That's the real power move. Make overtime optional instead of necessary. A fresh take that connected the dots in ways I didn't see coming, guys, is the best response to a state taxing your overtime. Isn't just moving, it's building a career where you don't need overtime to make 6 figures. That's the ultimate tax strategy if you can do it. And look, guys, I'm not subconsciously telling you how to vote or where to live. That's your decision. But I am here to make sure you have the information you need to make the decision with your eyes wide open. I personally think this tax thing in those 4 states is total BS because nobody else is going to break this down for tradespeople, and your overtime paycheck is too important to leave it up to guesswork. 4 states denied the no tax on overtime benefit, so remember them: California, New York, Illinois, Colorado. They're still taxing your hardest hours while the federal government tries to give you a break. The math is clear. A tradesman in a 0 income tax state keeps thousands more over a career than the same tradesman in California and New York. It's the same skills, like I said, guys, the same work ethic, just a different result. So imagine knowing exactly where every dollar of your overtime goes. Imagine living in a state where your hardest hours are fully protected. Imagine looking at your paycheck and knowing that that extra time you put in, away from your family, away from your life, and away from resting, that's not a fantasy. It could be in your pocket. That's a zip code decision. And now you have the information, so go make it. But knowing the map is just one step. The real question is, which states have the best combination of high demand, high pay, and low taxes for tradespeople? And how do you position yourself to get there? I break all of that down here on JV Charles TV, guys. Check out the 2 videos I recommend on the end screen. I'm JV Charles. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.